Welcome to another edition of ICRT Weekly News, your recap of the biggest and most important easy news stories of the past 7 days.
U.S. chip giant Qualcomm has opened an innovation center in Taipei to promote the development of a startup ecosystem here in Taiwan. The Qualcomm Innovation Center will be used as the base for the Qualcomm Innovate in Taiwan Challenge, a contest and incubation project that has been well received by the startup community. Qualcomm Taiwan President St. Liu says the design of the center is different from ordinary labs and is devised to provide a public space for startup teams to discuss solutions to problems and inspire creativity and innovation. Qualcomm has not disclosed how much money has been invested in the center. And finally, Max von Sydow, the actor who played the priest in the horror classic The Exorcist, has died at the age of 90. His agent says the actor died the previous day in France. Von Sydow starred in close to 200 film and TV productions, remaining active well into his 80s. He received 2 Academy Award nominations in 1988 and 2012, and more recently an Emmy nomination for his work as the Three-Eyed Raven in HBO's Game of Thrones. And Tibetan President in exile Lobsang Sangay urged the United Nations Human Rights Chief to visit Tibet to examine rights violations and press for unrestricted access to the China-controlled region. Sangay made the statement as the exiled government commemorated the 61st Tibetan Uprising Day on Tuesday. On March 10, 1959, Chinese soldiers crushed a Tibetan uprising in Lhasa, forcing the spiritual leader, the Dalai Lama, and over 80,000 Tibetans into exile in India and other countries. China announced last month that the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, Michelle Bachelet, will visit China this year. Bachelet has been pushing China to allow UN officials to investigate reports of disappearances and arbitrary detentions, particularly of Muslims in the Xinjiang region. Sangay wants Bachelet to add Tibet to her itinerary. U.S. President Donald Trump announced he is suspending all travel between the U.S. and Europe for 30 days, beginning Friday. Trump says these restrictions won't apply to the United Kingdom, and the U.S. would monitor the situation to determine if travel could be opened earlier. Trump's statement also blamed the European Union for not acting quickly enough to address the novel coronavirus, and saying U.S. clusters were seeded by European travelers. The European Central Bank employed targeted new stimulus measures to cushion the shock to the economy from the virus outbreak. ECB President Christine Lagarde said the economy was facing a major shock and that the central bank measures were targeted at areas where monetary policy could help. But she added that a stronger response from Eurozone governments was urgently needed to prevent the Eurozone from falling into recession. The bank's 25-member governing council decided a stimulus package that included the purchase of up to 120 billion euros more in bonds this year. It comes on top of purchases worth 20 billion euros a month it is already carrying out, and would be aimed at corporate bonds, which should help keep credit available to companies.
And that's the most important easy news for this week. Remember, if you want more English practice, you can check out these English learning videos here. And if you like what you saw, 不要忘了按赞、订阅，还有开启小铃铛。